Hi. So today, I want to talk about why somebody wants to move back to India. And let me give you the background first. So, I've been living in the United States for the last 14 years. Been in this country. This is a beautiful country, and everything is good here. I have a good job, career, and all those things is good. It's pretty comfortable. Everything is nice. But every lot of Indians have, or a lot of immigrants have this thought in their mind to go back to their home country after a certain point. Why that happened and what exactly drives it, that's what I'm trying to talk about today. So, about me, when I came to this country, initially I never wanted to go back. When I came here, I was like looking to make some money, good career, and all those things. I came here when I was like 27-year-old. I wanted to make money and I wanted to grow in my career and make some money so that I can buy some flat in India where I can live. So I was working in Mumbai and then I came here. So that happened, and when I started making money, I was looking forward for my career and all those things. I was married um, before coming here, so all those things are good. And after a few years, I always felt like I want to grow in my career. I want to live in this country, so comfortable, so nice. The infrastructure is so nice, and everything is so good. But what happens is, after a few years of living in this country, you realize the things start missing out. So eventually, what happens is you made good amount of money. When I say good amount, like decent money for living comfortably. It's not like you can take a retirement or something, but you can do that if you plan accordingly. I made decent amount of money to live comfortably in my life. I cannot leave my job, but I still I'm comfortable. But at the same time, after a few years, you started realizing that, sorry, you start realizing that what all things you missed in your life when you were pursuing this dream or living in this country. So I try to visit India every year for a month to my hometown. I'm from Indore, MP, Madhya Pradesh. So, but what happens is when you do that, right, you start understanding slowly that what all things you missed out. Like a lot of people in India, a lot of things have changed. You're not there for a lot of to help people in their difficult times. You can definitely help them financially, your parents, your family members, and everybody, your siblings. But you will be here and you cannot travel every single time. You'll travel for certain events, you'll miss out on a lot of marriages and those kind of things. It's not a big deal, but you'll definitely feel when events like travel time for some people whom you really love or you're connected to. Some people do travel from here for those kind of things, but when as your kid grows, they start going to school and those kind of things happen, it becomes difficult. But let's go back to the question why anybody wants to move back to India, because looking at the career and all those things, there are a lot of good career opportunity here versus India. India also have a lot of good opportunities. By the way, I mean, if you don't know, it's pretty common that most of the Indian works in computer science or software. That's what I do too. I'm mid senior level software engineer, or you can call it architect. So the thing is, all these things, slowly piled up, and you start realizing what I'm missing and things which I missed. I made some money, but I'm missing those things day by day. When you have kids, the kids start schools and you get busy with those things. This realizations comes after a few years where you feel like, should I move back to India or should I go back and explore there because the compensation or salary is also good there. I'm probably able to survive. Um, every other Indian have this thought, but most of the people suppress it because of XYZ reasons. Some people think it's too big of adjustment for the kids once your kids grows at certain, but kids are at certain age, right? So once your kids are at middle school or something, my kids are still in elementary school. but even like my daughter probably will go to the middle school next year. Not probably, she'll go to the middle school next year. So all those things keep you worried that can they adjust in India, all those things. So you keep thinking about it, whether financially I'm set to be in India. I need to go to India and work. How will I deal with the traffic and those kind of things. All these thoughts comes together and make you not take the decision. So that's the biggest problem happens with anyone, that all these negative, not the negative things, this it's like rationalization, right? You compare the things you have right now versus the things you'll deal with, and fear of unknowns, right? Because you are out of the country for so many years, you realize that okay, I'll get a green card here, I'll become a citizen, and all those things, but I still something will be missing, which is like you want to you want to live like you lived before. Maybe it's nostalgia, um, where you feel like I would better off in India, and all those sort of things comes to your mind. But making a decision to return to India is pretty hard choice. It's not that easy as it sounds like a lot of people who never been to United States or never been to any other country out of India, they feel like it's easy to make the decision, and their thought is why this guy wants to come back at the first place, why he wants to make such a stupid decision where he'll deal with a lot of problems and all those things. But at the same time, why it becomes difficult, you start thinking about so many things comes to your mind, like how about my career, how my kids will adjust, how I and my wife will adjust, and all those things comes to your mind. So all this comes together and makes you postpone your decision. And some people call it a syndrome, like N plus one syndrome, and it's like number of years plus one. So I'll go next year. I'll go next year and next year and next year. And that after a point, what happens is when your kids or things changes in your life, your kids cannot go back. They made up their mind because they were born here, they grew up here, and they cannot go back and settle there. Then you say to yourself, okay, I'm not going back because of this reason, that my kids are settled here and I cannot go and make them do all those things again and do that adjustment. They need to move forward in their life and all those things happen. So this return to India thing, it's a feeling, it's a thing you want to go back and settle there and live the life there. It's constant. For some people, it's like event basis, like something happened in the family or something. So there, yeah, I would say there's the two different kind of things. One is like something happened in India and you want to, in your family, or some event happened right in the United States or in India, which makes you think that should I go back? Like you have some problem in the United States, a job related problem or something like that, and you want to go back, or some family in India had some issues and you feel like if I'm there, I would be able to deal with this easily. So those kind of things. And others like it's a constant. You feel like I'll be better off going there, not from the financial point of view or the comfort point of view, but still you want to go back and explore and live there and see how it goes for you. At the same time, the motivations are mostly similar for most of the people. It's like parents are aged out, like aging, and you feel like they're in their golden days and you want to be with them, spend time with them. Your kids can spend more time with your their grandparents and all those kind of sort of things, or you want to help your parents and all those things. One of the challenge everybody runs in IT industry is like you're stuck with the big cities like Bangalore or Mumbai, Pune, all those cities, right? Hyderabad or Chennai, whatever. And you don't really want to go back unless you're from those cities. So this decision becomes very difficult. Now, I'm dealing with this decision, difficult decision for a few years. I started thinking about it a long time back in 2013 sometime. This is 2020. And I started thinking about that I want to go back. And every year I start going to India for 1 month vacation kind of thing and stayed there. And whenever I was trying to come back, like before a few days of return flight to US, I never felt like going back or coming back basically. I felt like I want to stay here and live here. Some people call it a vacation because you go there for vacation for 1 month. That's why you feel like this, that you you don't want to go back. But once you live there forever, the feelings will be different. I don't know how true that is because I haven't tried that yet. I'm still um, dealing with this and trying to understand whether I can go back and what can I do. I'm making my plans and all those things. So it's I can tell you honestly that most of the Indians who lives in America, or I don't know about the other countries, but they have this desire somewhere deep down that they want to go back to India. Some people wants to go back after the green card. Some people wants to go back after getting the citizenship, so they don't have to worry about coming back because it's a one-way kind of thing, one-way street kind of thing. That going back to India is easier, but coming back is difficult, very difficult because there are a lot of people are waiting to come back. So, yeah.